Alright, so welcome back to Delayed Coding. In today's video, we're going to build the React core sims. So here's the demo look like. So as you can see right here, we have the React the course card, and then when you click in here, it navigates you to the course content that show the description and the content of the course, and also the author information. And when you click here, it navigates you to a different class. So this is the, and then you can navigate here into different section as well. Alright, so I hope you like this one, and let's get started. Alright, so here I'm using VS Code, so you can use any ticket that you want, and this is just a boilerplate from Create React App, and I'll also added one folder and one image to this boilerplate. So this one is just the image of our course, and this is the static contents that we're going to work with. So this is just the all the courses, so the content of all the courses, and the courses we have each objects that contain the object of the author and description of the course. We have the price and the image of the course, which this one right here, and also we have a title, and then we have the section content right here, which you can see from 1 to 3 right here. So this is all you need. So if you want to get another course, you can just copy this one and paste this one. So now we have 2 courses. Alright, so next we're going to install the dependencies that we're going to use. So the first one is we're going to install the React router DOM that we're going to use for our routing. So I'm going to add in this one. Alright, so next we need to configure our tailwind.css into our project. And so here's the dependency that we're going to install. So the first is tailwind.css, post CSS CLI, auto prefixer, and the full purge CSS right here, and for us to purge the unused CSS from Tailwind. So let's do that. Alright, so after that done, we need to create the file right here called postcss.config.js. So this is gonna config the Tailwind. So but first we're gonna run nph tailwind css init, and then we want to have the full, so then we have the full configuration of the Tailwind, which is right here. Alright, great. So and here in the postcss config, what we're gonna do is we're going to import the Tailwind CSS require, so Tailwind CSS, and then we're going to do module.export. so this is we're going to export all the module that we've been, the plugin that we just installed. So plugins, and then in here we're going to do Tailwind.css, and then we're going to go into the file that we just created, that we just init right here. So in here we're gonna do tailwind tailwind.configs.js, and then next is we're gonna do require the auto prefixer. Alright, so that's it for our post CSS. And for the purge CSS, we're gonna do when we do production. So probably you can skip ahead in the last video, you will see how I do the purge CSS. Alright, so next I'm going to create a folder called style. So this is we are the style that we compile go to. This is the main.css, and we have the tailwind.css right here. So you can call this name whatever you want. And next thing is we need to copy this one, so the tailwind right here, and go into the from tailwind.css right here. Alright, so next we're going to write the script that we can compile this tailwind right here and to our main.css. So to do that, we need to go to package.json, and you go to script right here, and then you can give a script name. I'm going to call build.css, and I'm going to copy and paste what we're going to do. So this is we use post CSS, and then we target the source folder and the folder right here, and which is the tailwind.css, and the output is going to go to the main.css right here. Alright, so please go ahead and save this one. And next we need to run build CSS. So this is going to compile the tailwind.css to our main.css. Right, probably take a while. So after that done, you can see this is compiled to the main.css. And to use that, we go into our index.js, use that globally. Alright, so we're gonna go into styles, and then we're gonna main.css. Alright. So to check if it's working or not, we're gonna start our development server, start this one. Alright, so it probably take a while. Alright, as you can see right here. And so the next thing is we're gonna configure our fonts. So if you have a custom font, so I'm gonna use pop-in right here. You go ahead and Google font and choose all the style right here. And then we're gonna go with the import right here. So I'm gonna copy this one, go back to tailwind.css and put it right here. Alright, so once you do that, after you do that, you need to go into tailwind.config and then you're gonna search for font. And then in font right here, you can see we have different fonts. And then we're gonna add your font. So the name is gonna be pop-ins. And then we have the array this one, and then we get the name this one from this one. Alright. So this should do it. So after you do this, you need to run build CSS again. Run build CSS. Alright, so that we can configure our fonts with Tailwind. Alright, so if we go ahead and here, so right now I need to go into app.js. I'm gonna erase everything, and then I'm gonna do the h1 hello world. Alright, so you can see this is the font that we just it's like from the default Tailwind, so it means everything is set up. Alright, so that's it. Alright, so here's the list of what we're gonna do, and the first one is we're gonna create the course card, as you can see on the right here. And one thing about working with Tailwind is that you should work from the small screen and then go into the large screen. We make it responsive later. So that's what we're gonna do. And here's what we've been doing so far, and then we just have only hello world. Alright, so now I'm going to create a component for the course card right here. So in my source folder, I'm going to create a component. So component, and I'm going to create in here. I'm going to call course card.js. And then I'm going to use the snippet OFC. So with the reason I've created React version, you don't have to import the React right here as well. So you can just remove that. And then I'm going to do the h1, the course card. Alright, okay. And I can see. So now if we go back into the app.js, I'm going to create the course card. So now we can see we course card. I think actually one thing that we should do is we should create a list first. Maybe we can do the list of course first, so then it's better. So in here in the folder, I'm gonna do the list of courses.js, and similar thing. I'm gonna do OFC. I'm gonna remove this one. And for the list is it's really simple. For the list right here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna loop the static right here. As you can see, the static content that I show you. So we're gonna loop all the courses right here, and then we're gonna render all the course card. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do content. This one I should auto import from statics, and then I'm gonna do courses, and then we're gonna maps, and this one is we're gonna have the course, and then we're gonna have the index for this one. I'm gonna use that as a key, and we're gonna return the course card that we just create, and then we have in course we pass this as a props, so then we can use that in our course card. So in here the key is going to be equal to index. Alright, so for that I'm going for this one we're going to import into the app.js. Instead of course card, we're going to do list of courses. And there you go. So now as you can see, we have two course cards, and then we pass the course right here into the course card. So as you can see, the entire course, this entire object right here into the course card. So in the course card, we're gonna receive a props course, so then we can use this one. All right. So the first one of the course card, we're gonna have the image, and we have the title. And then there's the author's names, and then we have this price right here. Alright, so for that what we're gonna do is we're gonna do image. For the image, I'm going to use the lazy load image right here, so please go ahead and install this one. So this one is allowed to lazy load the image. So this one I'm gonna copy this one. I leave the link in the description as well, so if you can download from that, install that one. And then we're gonna do the lazy load image, and then this one is gonna be source. It's come from the course right here. So if we go back into our content, as you can see, our course, we have the image right here. So what I want to do is course.img. So right now, if we go here, all right, we cannot see the image. What's happened? All right, so because in the public folder, I don't have this asset image, and then in the asset folder, and here I put the asset. So I'm going to remove this guy. So both of this one. So as you can see right now, we have this image, which is really good. Next is we're gonna have another. We're gonna have the h1. I think I'm gonna put this one in the div, and then we can have the h1. That this one is going to be the course titles. So okay, that's nice. And then we're gonna have the p right here, and then it's gonna be course the author, and then name. So now we have the label coding, and then we have the. I'm gonna go with another p as well. So I'm gonna do course.price. Course.price. All right. So as you can see, that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna do with the $sign right here. Okay, that's good. Everything is taken from this one. And next we're gonna do some styling to this one. So for the parents, for all the course card in the small screen, I want to do the 11/12, which is 91% of the screen, as you can see. And then we're gonna do a max auto, so that we can put this one into the center. So we're going to do shadow, background shadow this one, and I'm gonna separate this one by give some margin this guy. So we're gonna do 2 right here, 5 right here, so we can separate this guy. All right, so yeah, that's pretty much it. And let's see what else we can do. We're gonna go with cursor pointer, so that we can have the pointer cursor in here. And as we cannot see because right now we enter the device. And then we're gonna do the style right here. And I give the P2 part in this one, so we can give a little bit space. And for the title and for the font, we're gonna do exact same font. So then I'm gonna do in the parent, so font pop pins. And then for this one, I'm gonna give the text to 3 XLs, and then font bold. So yep, that's pretty much it. And for this author name, what I'm gonna do is text base, and text color is gray 700. So then it's visual hierarchy to the title. And I'm gonna MD2 and then MB to 2 as well. So we're gonna give a little bit margin this one, separate this guy. And for the price right here, we're gonna give the background colors, so back gray to 300, and it's gonna take up the entire space. So what we're gonna do inline block, so it's gonna wrap up only the name, only this one. So we're gonna do tag this one to, let's see, XLs, and then font this one to be bold as well. Okay, and then we're gonna give a little bit pattern, so we give a little bit space inside. All right, I think that's pretty much it for this one. Okay, that's good. Right now we're gonna make this one responsive on the large screen. All right, for the image, I forgot to do something for this one. I'm gonna give the width this one to 100 pixels, 100% pixel, and the height this one is going to be 14 rams. All right, so that's nothing changed. That's good. Now we go back in the large screen. It's looking really bad. So for that, we're gonna do some style to our cut. So I'm gonna give the width of the cut is gonna be 24 rams. But since Tailwind does not have 24 rams, so the maximum spacing, if you go to Tailwind, you can search for spacing to configure right here. And the maximum spacing is going to be 14. You can customize this one to like 1,000 rams you want. So in here, I'm going to do with 72. So you can call this 65 if you want to. That's okay. And then we're going to do 24 rams. When you do this, you need to build this one. So after you that, we're going to do yawn run builds, the command that we just do, build CSS. So then it's to compile this one, so we can use this one. So after that done, I'm gonna close this one, go back into the course cut. What we're gonna do is from the MD, we're gonna do width 72. So now we go back into the large screen. All right, that's looking really good. For the image, I forgot, maybe this one is perfect, but if you use the image that's not perfect, so it's maybe like the size that's not looking really good, what you think that you can do object cover and then object center. This one will make your image look a lot better if the image is not perfect. Alright, last thing is we're gonna make this one responsive on the large screen. If we go into the list card, we're gonna do the flex. So that is gonna break our small screen. So one thing that we can do, we do flex wrap this one. So voila. So now this one is going to the center. The reason is because of we using the X auto for this one. So for the larger screen, what we can do, we're gonna do this one, we're gonna do 0. So you can see it's okay, that's good. We get 0. I think it's not 0, we can do 5 this one. So I can remove the 5 from here. And also X auto, and then also 5 as well. Actually, we can do it like this. Okay, so now that's looking really good. Or maybe you can do something creative. You can just, when they hover on this one, you can show the background. So we can do this one, like say hover and then shadow LG. So it's not. Alright, so maybe hover, not hover this one, and as you can see. Alright, so I think that's pretty much it for what we're gonna do here. The list card, we finished this one, and then for the list of courses we finished as well. In the next part we're gonna work with routing. Alright, so in the previous part we've been working with the list of courses and course card as well. So in this part we're gonna work with routing, so then we can. Alright, so let's do that. So in the source folder right here, I'm gonna create a folder called route, and then in here I'm gonna do route .js, and I'm gonna do the snippet OFC. Well, again, I'm gonna remove this one right here. So then we're gonna use the React router DOM. So browser router, it's from the React router DOM. I can change this one to as the router. So then I can change the name, this one, oops, not this one. So this one to router. And then we're gonna have to have a switch. So then it's gonna go into exact path. And then we're gonna go in with the route. This one is come from the React router DOM as well. Okay, so in this one we're gonna do the path. This one is so initial path. We're gonna render the component called list of courses, and then we need to do exacts as well. So then we can go to another path as well. So and then we go into app.js. Instead of render the list of courses right here, I'm gonna render the route, and then I'm gonna remove this one. So everything is exactly the same things. As you can see, everything is good. Alright, so next inside of a route, we're gonna create another 2 route. This one is gonna be, I think this one can be called, you can call courses, but I'm just gonna call it the initial route. Then we're gonna have the course slash, this is gonna be a title. So we're gonna take the param title right here, so the URL we know where we're going. So this one we're gonna have the course details, so which we not created yet, so I'm gonna create that soon. So course detail, and then the last one is going to be the route that's going to the path equal to course slash title slash the session of a course. So I'm gonna do this one is gonna be sessions, and then the component is gonna be course sessions. Sessions. So it's gonna be a session of a course. Alright, so if we go and check this one, we have this route, and this is the course details, and then this is like we have a course content, and then we go into here, and then this one is just the course sessions that what we're gonna do. Alright, so let's go ahead and create this 2 course, and we finish up our routings. So I want to do course details.js, and then the last one is gonna be course sessions. You can call this, maybe if you have a better name, you can name this better than me. So I'm gonna call this one. So I'm gonna call a session, and there you go. I'm gonna remove this guy. Let's see, h1 hello for now, and inside the course detail it's the same thing. I'm going to copy from the course session and go inside here, and then instead of course session we're going to do OFC right here. It's faster. And now we're going to do H1 hello as well, and then go back into our route. Now we're going to import this one, so course details, and then we're going to do course session. Alright, so it's going to auto import for me. So yeah, that's pretty much it for routing, and that's it. In the next part we're going to work on the course detail, as you can see on the right side right here. Alright, so in this part we're going to work on the course detail, as you can see on the right here. So this is what we're going to do. So the course detail we're going to have contain all of this. So but for this course content, it's going to be a separate component. So I'm going to work on that probably in the next part, and also the course author is here on the next part as well. So in this part we're going to work from this description to the top right here. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. So now we have over here, so we go into course detail. So where this data, where all of this content come from, where all of this data. So all of this data is going to push from the course card. So as you can see, when we click in here, it navigate to this route, and then we get all the information in this one. So to do that, we're going to go into the course card. This one we're going to do handle on click. So when this one is on click, so what we're going to do, when this one is on click, we're going to do the history dot push. So where does this history come from? So this history is equal to use history is come from the React router DOMs. Why it's not auto imported? So use history, and then we're gonna push to the path. So if you just pass directly, you can choose specify that like the path you want. But in this case, we're gonna push with the state. So we're gonna push with an object. So the first one is gonna be a path name. So the path name is going to be the course, and then with the title parameter right here. So for that, I'm going to do with the, I'm not sure, like it's not backtick. So what we're going to do with the path, with the course. So we're going to go with the course and course, OSE, I cannot spell that. And now we're going to do the this one, so the course.title. And then in this one, we're going to push with the state. So it's going to be an object as well. So with the course, so this is I'm destructure this one, so I'm push the entire course right here into this route. Right, so that's pretty much it. So in here, so to see that state, so we're gonna use location. Location is come from use location from React router DOM as well. And then to see the courses, I'm gonna console.log that one equal to location.state.course. And then we can console.log courses, course not courses. Okay, so now in the large screen, as you can see, we can see the object right here. We have all of the information of that course. All right, that's great. So we're gonna build this one. So now we have everything we need to build that one. So in here, what I'm gonna do is to, first of all, we're gonna have the image. So the image right here, we're gonna use the lazy load image. So I'm gonna copy everything from here and paste it right over here. I think I forgot in here, I forgot to do the effects blur. Alright, so effect is gonna be blur. That's why I import this one. Go back into the course details. I think I've spelled this one wrong, so am I going to change that later? So in here, I'm gonna have the lazy load image. Now we're gonna have the source is gonna be the course.img. Right now, if we go back in here, you can see, very nice. And then I'm gonna keep the width this one 100%, and the height of this one is gonna be auto. Alright, next we're gonna import everything that we need. So the first one is gonna be an H1. This is gonna be the course.titles. If you alright, so once again, all of this information is passed from the state, from the course card. We pass the state right here, so that we can use it right here. And all of this one is come from the index.js, the content right here, right? Just to be clear. Alright, so next we're gonna have the author. So course dot author dot name, I guess. All right, good. Next is we're gonna have I'm not sure, I'm gonna do with the h1 this one as well, so I'm gonna call this one as descriptions. So we're gonna do with the descriptions, and then we're gonna have the paragraphs of all of the description of a course, so course.descriptions. And right now we have everything here, which is good. Okay, that's pretty much it. So in the next part we're gonna work with these component, because this one is reusable, but then I'm gonna do that in a separate part, and also this one as well. Right, so I'm gonna do some styling to this one. For the h1 right here, I'm gonna do with I'm gonna give this one a little bit bigger, so I'm gonna give these text this one to 6 pixels. And since all of this using the same font, I can go through the parent. So I'm gonna do font. This one I'm gonna do pop pins, and then for this one I'm gonna give font bold. So this one is gonna have a bold. Right, great. For this one, same things. Text gray 700, and then we're gonna do text this one to LG, a little bit bigger than before. And then I'm gonna give the space between this one, the description, the margin top is gonna be 10 pixels, a tenth, and not pixel. And then I'm gonna do the text this one to 3 pixels, and then fonts mediums. There we go. For this one, I'm gonna give this text to LG, and then text gray 300. Not green, it's gray. Okay, I think it's not visible. Okay, it's gonna be 600. Okay, that's looking good. And one thing about this one, I'm gonna give for the parent of this guy, we're gonna do width only 11/12, which is 91%, and then we're gonna do X this one to auto. All right, that's good, as you can see right here. So, but right now in the large screen, so we have a lot of error right here. Let's see, there's no. So we're gonna do this something with this image right here. For this one, for that image, we can style this parent right here. So in the small screen, as you can see on the right here, we have full, and from the large screen, I'm gonna do 10/12. So this one is going to be this side, and then we're gonna do X auto, so then we're gonna put this one into the center. Right, really nice. And then we're gonna change the height of this image right here. It's really large. So for this one, I'm gonna give a class name to a height 72. So this 72 we just created in the previous part. And right now you can see the image is not looking really good. I think this one is from the ups. Okay, the up height is 72, and the side you can see it's not looking good. So to make this good, we can do is to do the object cover and object center, and there you go. So now we have this size really good, really good. All right, so I think that's pretty much it for this part. And the next part we're gonna work on the course detail, as you can see right here, and the course content, this one, and the course author. All right, see you guys next. All right, so in this part we're gonna work with the course content and the author info. On the right side, as you can see, this is what we're gonna do. All right, so this is so far what we're gonna have. So all right, so in here I'm gonna create the file called the course content.js, and one more is going to be the authors info.js. All right, so in the course content, I'm gonna do OFC, and then for now I'm gonna do in the course content. What do we have? So we have the H1 right here, which is the title. It's gonna be content, and then we're gonna render all of this section. As you can see, we have introduction. This one is come from the section. If we go into our statics, and then in this one, as you can see, we have the content. That this is all is going to be the section of our course. And so what I'm gonna do in here, I'm gonna loop this one. So this one we're going to put this one in the course detail. So I'm gonna open the course details, and then right below here I'm gonna put the course content, and then I'm gonna pass the props course that we just get from here. So I'm passed down to this one. So now we go back to course content. So now we can using that props. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna course this one, and then what we're gonna do, course dot content dot map, and then we're gonna have sections, a session, and then we're gonna have index for the key. So then we're gonna return all of this one, all this section right here. So for this one, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put this one in a div, and then this one is going to have the h1 for the title of that. So it's gonna be the sessions dot title. Right now, if I go into this one, as you can see, we have this title and this description as well. So what I'm gonna do, so it is title, session.title, and then we have the description, and then session.description. So now if we go back in here, we should see this one. So right now we do not style this one yet. It looks really ugly. All right, so I think that's pretty much it for this one. So are we gonna do some styling to this one? So first I'm gonna style this one with the h1. I'm gonna give the text 3 XLs and font mediums. All right, as you can see, and then I'm gonna give the parents of this one, I'm gonna give the margin top to 10, and also margin bottom to 20 as well. So then we give a little space at the bottoms. For this one, this title right here, we're going to have the span. This one is going to include the index of this one, so you can see the section. So we're gonna +1, and then also when we loop this one, we need to give this one a key as well. I'm gonna give this one with the index as well. So for the title, what I'm gonna give is this one is gonna be text XLs, and then we're gonna do font this one as bold. I think you should go. We go for medium. All right. Let's see. Okay. So now we compare to this one. That's okay. So now for the text right here, what I'm gonna do is let's see, I'm gonna do class name. I'm gonna tag this one to gray 600, and then for this one it's kind of like really long, so I'm gonna slide this one a little bit. So I'm gonna slide from 0 to 150 character only, and then I'm gonna give like we show that there's more of that, so I'm gonna dot right here, as you can see. All right, great. Then this one I'm gonna give the margin top to 2, so we can separate that a little bit, and also I'm gonna give this one text. I think that's okay, so we can give this text like this one. All right, so right now it's a large screen. Right, this is not what it looks like. I'm gonna refresh this one. So this is what it looks like right now. So I'm gonna do some styling to this one a little bit. So for the parents right here, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna give this class name. So we're gonna go cursor pointer so that we can hover on this one. So you can see. And then let's see, we hover this one. It's gonna be background BG 300, I think. All right, as you can see. So now we hover this one. Cool. I think I'm going to change this to 200, and then when we hover on this one, we want a shadow to XL as well. All right. So right now I need to refresh. Okay, that's nice. So then I'm gonna margin top this one to 5. So right now, as you can see, we kind of like separate between this one. All right, that's good. Okay. So next, I think this one I should do some styling to this one a little bit. Okay, we're gonna have a little bit padding inside this one. So what I can do is to padding 2. Okay, that's good. So, but this should be a link to go into some route that if we go into it's not this one actually. We go in here, we go to route. As you can see, this when we click on this section, it's going to this route. So what we're gonna do is to wrap this one with the nav links. So a nav link. So I'm going to wrap this one with a nav link. And right now this nav link is come from the React router DOM. So what this is going to do is we need the path to where it's going to go. So we need the path name to, then I'm going to go ahead and copy from this one. And then I'm going to use backtick, paste right here. So I'm going to change this one. So this one is going to be course title, dot title. And then the session right here is going to be session dot title as well. So right now, if I click in this one, as you can see at the URL, we can see the introduction right here. All right, that's great. But we're gonna do some styling to this one. This one should be differentiate from the other because it's a link. So the way to do that, we're going to target the A, all of the A tags. So for that, I'm gonna go in tailwind.css. And in here for the A tag, I'm gonna do is apply. So I'm gonna apply, so text gray, text blue 600. And then after I do this, I'm gonna run build CSS. So then I'm going to compile my tailwinds again. All right, so it might take a while. So now if we go back and refresh this one, we should see that all the link is now turned into different colors. All right, great. Last thing is, lastly, we're going to style the number right here. So for this one, I'm gonna give the class name right here. I'm gonna bg gray 6300. All right, I think that's not what. Okay, so now we're gonna do px to 2. Okay. All right, so I think that's it for this one. I think for the dot right here should be outside. Okay, that's it for the section content. This one we're gonna reusable. That's why I'm separate this one into other component. So next up, what we're gonna do is to create the author info right here. So for that, we're gonna go to author info. I'm gonna do OFC and then go back into the course detail. I'm gonna put the author info. Then we just import the author info right here. Great. I think in the course content for the margin bottom, we don't need this one. Yep. All right, so for this one, it's really simple. So we're gonna have the H1. That's gonna be the title of this one is gonna be an author. And then we're gonna have the image. We're gonna use a lazy load image. So we're gonna use image again. So I'm gonna copy this one because we're gonna use the effects blur. All right, so I think I forgot in the course detail image right here, I forgot to do the effects blur. I think and also in the course card as well, I guess. Let me go back and take this one. All right, this one I take the effect blur. That's nice. All right, so this one can be a cell closings. And then all of this data, we're gonna pass the props, the author info, it's come from the details. So in detail right here, we're gonna have the author objects. It's come from the course.author, which is if we go into the static right here, as you can see, we have this author object right here. Great. So now we go back into the course author, and then the source, this one is gonna be author.profile, I guess. As you can see, okay, that's nice. So we have the profile right here. And then we're gonna have the about right here as well, about the author, and we're gonna have just a paragraph for this one. Let's see, paragraph, and then we're gonna do the author description, author.about. Now we go back, and there you go. So we're gonna do some styling to this one. Okay. So I'm gonna give the class name to t to 10. So we're gonna give the margin 10, and then we give the b to 20 as well, so that we can have a space at the bottom. And for this one, we're gonna do a class name text 3 pixels, and then font medium. And then for the image, I'm gonna give the width only 60%. Okay. And then for the p right description here, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna t to 2. And for the text, this one to be LG, and also we're gonna do text gray 600. Okay, that's great. So now this is on the large screen. Let's see. Okay, so for the image right here, what I can do, I can give a class name this one. When it's on the large screen, I want to go with the width 8/12, and the height is gonna be 42. So okay, so this one, if I refresh, okay, that's nice. Alright, so I think that's it. That's pretty much it for this one. Or we finished the course content and the author info as well. Alright, so I'm gonna cross this one. We finish. In the last part, what we're gonna do when the user click on this one, it's gonna go to navigate into different sections so that we're gonna render all the data that we have. So which is the link that the YouTube embed YouTube link, the section right there. Alright, see you guys in the next. Alright, so this is the last part. So what we're gonna do is we're going to create the course sections. So as you can see right here, so this is what we're gonna do. So we're gonna reusable React content right here. We're gonna embed the YouTube video, and then we're gonna render this one right here. So for that, we're gonna use two libraries. So the first one is a React player for allow us to embed the YouTube video, and React Linkify for the for link. So I'm gonna show you why I'm gonna need this one. And alright, so let's do that. In here I'm gonna go to course section. So all of the course section, we get the data from the course content. So all of this link, when we click, we're gonna pass data to the course section. So for that, in the course content, in the now link right here, what we're gonna do, we're gonna pass the data that we need. So then we're gonna go with state. So and then we're gonna pass the course. So this one I'm gonna buy that I need this one. And also we need the session for this one, and also I need the number, the index this one as well. We're gonna render this one, so then we can know that which session that we're working on. All right, great. So this is all the data that we're gonna need, and then we go into course section. So now if I click in here, so one thing that I can do is I can go into location. So location, not use location, and then I can do the structure. So we're gonna have the sessions, session, and now we have course, and we have index equal to location dot state. All right, so to check that if that's working, so I'm gonna do sessions dot title. So now you can see we have the states management right here, and then this one we have the index +1. All right, great. And also this one, I'm gonna wrap this one with the div. So then we're gonna do select this one when we on the large screen, and this one another div as well. So this one I'm gonna render the course content, and then we're gonna pass the course. So that's why I'm pass the course from that. So right now we render this component. All right, great. So the next thing is we're gonna use React player to display our YouTube video link right here. Excuse me. So for that, I can go in here. I'm gonna do React player. So let's see. All right, okay. I'm gonna do React player. And then we're gonna have the URLs for this one. This is the props that we're gonna pass is sessions.link right here. All right, so now that's good. So we can give the width this one to the 100%, and there we go. So now if we go back in the large screen, it's really big. So we're gonna work on that later on. So okay, so I'm gonna give the height of this one is gonna be a 50 VH, and then we're gonna have the control. So then you can pause and this one to true. If you want to autoplay, you can do like playing to true, but you need to do mute to true as well. So playing to true, and then also mute. This one is to be true as well. So this one is gonna be autoplay right here. So okay, nice. Next we're going to do some styling we're gonna get more info for this one, and I'm gonna have the h2 for this one, that's a descriptions, and then we're gonna as a paragraph. So we're gonna get from this one as a session dot description. So there we go. And let's style this one. I'm going to leave class name. So for the text right here, I'm going to go with 4 XLs and then font bold. And then since all of this using pop-in, so I'm going to give the parent. So this one is going to be font pop-ins. Nice. And then this one I'm going to give the p padding to 2, and also the width of this one is going to be 11/12. So which is 90%. So then we're going to do axis one to auto. Great. So now what's next is we're gonna style this one. It's gonna be text to 3XL, font medium, and I wanna do the embed to 5. We're gonna give a little bit spacings. I think 2 should be great, and this one is gonna be text gray 600 and font LG. So now as you can see in here we have a link, but this link we cannot clickable. So that's why we go back into the index right here. I think in the description we have a link right here, as you can see, but this link is not clickable. So that's why I'm using the React Linkify. So React Linkify right here. So now I just auto import from me, and I just wrap this one. And now this one has become a link, a clickable. All right, great. This one we done this one, and this one, as you can see right now, we go back and there we go. So that's nice. So we need to work on the responsive for this one. So what we're gonna do in here, so I'm gonna give this one so a class name of flex, and then we're gonna do flex call, but from the up we're gonna do flex row. So there we go. So that's nice. So for this one we're gonna increase the size of this guy right here. So what I can do is gonna be the up. We're gonna do with this one 4/12, which is 33% of the screen. I think it is working. Well, it's definitely not working. All right, let's see what can I change for this one. For this one, I'm gonna give the class name to width full when it's on the small screen. On the large screen, I'm gonna do width to 10/12. All right, so there you go. So now it's great. Okay, so let's see what else can we do this one. So I'm gonna give the B background this one to gray 100. So as you can see this one. All right, that's nice. The next thing is what we're gonna do is to create the active link. So now if we navigate this one, we can see we change this one. As you can see, we change the description this one, but we don't know which section that we are in currently. So we need an active link. So for that we need to go into the course content. In here, in the now link right here, there's a props called the active class names. So you can give this one a class name. So what I'm gonna give this one is the, I think it's not, I'm gonna do this like this, the inline style, this one. So styles, let's see, I think, okay, so we're gonna give a background color to, I'm gonna get this one real quick. So E2 E8F0. So this one, if it's active, it's gonna have this one. So let's see. All right, so why it's not working? So the reason is probably we need to give this one a block. So this right now is not currently it's not a block. All right, so this one it should be active style. It's not a style. So active style. All right, great. So as you can see right now, there we go. So right now when we go into X section, so we have this link the active, so that we can know that this, if we are in this section. So I think that's pretty much it for this one. All right, so right now we finish our course themes and everything looking fine, looking great. But there's some problem with this one. There's some downside with this themes current right now, and I opened an issues in my GitHub repo as well. And if you you can contribute to that, and or maybe in the next video I'm gonna solve that issues. And maybe I can do that with Markdown and connect that to Firebase as well. So what is the issue to this one? The first one is every link is connected. Every link is connected. So this one is not connected to the another link, but this one is connected to the other link. So if I copy this link and I open that in the new tabs, it's not going to work. It's going to crash. The reason is that because all in this link it needs data, because all this data in this link need to pass down from this link right here, this one right here. So that's why it works if we go like this, but if we go directly it's not going to work. So that is the drawback and the problem of this. And to solve this problem, that you can do is to copy. As you can see, we have the param right here, the title of the course. So then whenever you go into that one, so let's say the course details, in this one, you can check if the course exists or not. If it exists, then then you just do it normal. If it's not exist, you can query that from database, from the content that we static right here. We can check if the course like that. So that is the drawback of this what we currently have. And I also leave the issues in GitHub as well. So probably if you're interested in doing that, so you can contribute to this one and make it better. All right, so last but not least, I'm gonna talk about the performance of our application right now. So currently we have 3 routes. And as you can see, for the user, some user might go into your page, the initial load, they see only this route. But with our current build, we download all of the route, even though the user going to only one route as well, only one route. So the way we do that, we're going to split this one. So only if the user go to this route, we're going to download this route for them. So this is going to speed up the initial load. So the way we do that, we're going to do with a lazy. So what we can do is we're going to do const. I'm gonna put this one right here. So I'm gonna import this one on top. So we're gonna use lazy. So this is come from React, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete this one and do like this and paste it right here. So that's good. And so that's it, how you do the code splitting. And I'm gonna give this one the name so then you can see that what it look like. So this one is going to be a webpack chunk names. So then you can give the name of this one to whatever you want, let's say course details, and that's it. So I'm going to copy this one 3 times. So we're going to have the course sessions right here, course sessions. This one is going to be course sessions, and this one course session as well, and list of course. Let's see, so this is, we got duplicate list of course, and then we have this one, and then I'm going to change this one as well. Alright, so next what we're going to do with the subspan, this one, so the lazy only work with the subspan, and then I'm going to wrap this one, and the fallback, so probably this one, well, while it takes time to download, we can show them this one, so the H1 of loading. And there you go. So right now if I do the start our server, yawn start, so I'm actually close this one, so yawn start. Alright, let's see, it might take a while. After this one, we're gonna talk about the CSS. So right now, if you open this one in the terminal and you go to networks, and then you need to, if you go to this one, filter this one, and you will see the JavaScript right here. So if I refresh this one, as you can see, in this route, we just only use with the list of course. So it's gonna render only the list of course, the chunk right here. When I go into this route, it's going to download the course detail chunk, and when I navigate to this route, and it's going to download this chunk as well. So this is a lot of JavaScript. So as you can see, it's gonna, if we just use it one chunk, all of this is gonna download at one time. So that's why we are using the code splitting right here. All right, great. Last things, we're gonna work with the Tailwind. So right now, if I do the yawn, I think you cannot see this one. I'm gonna put up right here. I'm gonna do yawn run build. Alright, so as you can see, the main chunk of our CSS, it's really huge, and it's a lot. So that's why we need to cut that down, because in the Tailwind, we go to main.css. I'm going to close this one. We have everything in here, but we're not going to use a lot of that, right? So we're going to remove the unused from this one. So the way we do that, we go to post.css, excuse me, and then I'm going to paste this one. So this one, we have installed that in the beginning of the video, and this one is just going to remove everything that we're not using. So this one in the file of JavaScript, and this is HTML, this is just regex. This one, you can just copy and paste this one. So this is allows to remove that one. So next, after this one, you need to yawn run build CSS. So then we need to compile that again. And quick note is that you cannot use this one when in development. So if you use this one in development, it's not going to, your Tailwind is not going to work properly. So you need this one only in production only. Okay. And next, you need, after this one, you need to yawn run build again. So then you will see the size reduction of the CSS. All right, so as you can see right here, we reduce a lot of size of our unused CSS. So I think that's pretty much it for this video. All right, thank you for watching until the end of the video, and I really appreciate that. And if you like this one, don't forget to hit the likes and subscribe, and don't forget to share this with your friends. And all right, maybe see you guys in the next video. Peace.